Hello there. Good afternoon to you. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here with your 4:30 check of the forecast on Atlanta News First Plus. This is simply a weather conversation, kind of an in-depth look at what we have going on in the First Alert forecast, not just on the rest of this warm, sunny, gorgeous Saturday, but we'll take a deeper look into tomorrow and then the bigger weather story of the next 5 to 7 days through the extended duration of the forecast. That is going to be heat that returns to the forecast. Again, we're getting a break. Macon setting a record low yesterday morning, 59. Even the city of Atlanta back in the mid-60s, even with all of the pavement around the city. Hartsfield-Jackson official climate site for the city, recording a morning low in the mid-60s really the past 2 mornings. That is 5 to 6 degrees cooler than it should be for this time of year. So we've enjoyed a nice weekend. We have a nice rest of the weekend, and then the real heat returns to the First Alert forecast. And want to remind you, if at any time you do have questions, you can reach out to me on a couple different platforms here, including on YouTube. Atlanta News First is the YouTube account that we are streaming on right now. So if you just go in the YouTube search bar, search Atlanta News First, you can, maybe you're streaming on Roku, Amazon Fire, one place, a couple of places and options. You can type your question into YouTube. I'm going to be monitoring that stream here just on this monitor, just to my side. And in addition to that, if you just want to text us your weather question, also going to have that pulled up here momentarily. All you have to do is text 470-777-WANF. That's 470-777 9263. So that is another platform that you can ask your questions on. And again, we will be looking at those weather questions as they come in. Want to go ahead and get to the forecast. We'll start with the live look outside right now. Again, it is a nice afternoon across North Georgia, including the metro. Not too much in the way of negative stuff going on in the weather. It is a nice afternoon, though. It is starting to warm up across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. We don't have any rain across the region. Warming up this afternoon, full sunshine here. Maybe some clouds on the southern horizon, but the only real rain is confined to coastal areas of Florida, Jacksonville metro up I-95. Including the Savannah Metro, also including the Charleston Metro. So the coastal southeast, there's a bit of a low there, kind of wrapping up, almost like a little nor'easter, giving northeasterly breezes to the coastline, bringing some showers, some clouds into the coastal areas. For us, though, not a factor. We're looking at wall to wall sun, just a couple of high clouds. Another vantage point for you. This one is going to be up on the northwest side, looking across Marietta Square towards Kennesaw Mountain. Stunning. Great visibility there. Is very dry, very clear today. So you can see for miles if, for example, you are on Kennesaw Mountain, especially looking off to the north. Up to 87 now at Hartsfield-Jackson. This is the warmest temperature we've had in a couple of days. So warming trend is underway. We knew that today was going to be a little warmer than yesterday, and that's certainly panning out with a dry air mass. Still, though, that east wind, dew point still in the mid-50s. So it's a drier warmth today with temperatures peaking in the upper 80s, probably around 88, 89 here over the next hour or so. We'll get that official climate report, how hot we got before 6 o'clock this afternoon when the sun starts to lower. We'll know that in the 8:30 half hour, but willing to bet we're looking at a 88 to 89 degree high temperature here over the next little bit. Again, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns about the forecast, I know we're just starting to get into it. You can reach out, though, by commenting on the YouTube stream. Atlanta News First is the account that we're streaming on right now. Also, text us, 470-777-9263. That's 470-777-9263 or WANF. Going to leave you with another look outside here for just a moment as we pull up more weather graphics and get kind of into the nitty-gritty of the First Alert forecast. And bringing it back to the First Alert forecast again, getting into the actual forecast part of the First Alert forecast. Notice how temperatures are back in the mid to upper 80s across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the warmer spots, but what's most surprising here is look how warm Helen is at 87. They were in the 70s yesterday afternoon at this time. 87 in Atlanta. Yesterday we were in the low to mid 80s around this time, and 88 in Rome. 89 in Eatonton. So the warming trend is underway. Some folks pushing 90 this afternoon. We're at about our warmest temperature for the day right now, and then we'll begin to cool back. Temperatures back in the upper 70s, lower 80s, not too long after sunset, and back in the upper 60s by the wee hours of tomorrow morning. So if you have Saturday evening plans, a lot of you all do. It'll be nice outside, whether it's grilling on the back porch, whether it is going out with friends in Midtown Atlanta, no matter where you are, a comfortable evening across North Georgia. Of course, cooler outside of the perimeter, outside of I-285. You get away from the pavement, and it's just able to cool down at a quicker rate than where all of that pavement is. It's hanging on to the heat of the afternoon just a little bit longer into the evening and the night across North Georgia. Speaking of the night, here's a look at tomorrow morning. Our low temperatures, coolest point of the day tomorrow, our Sunday. Still pleasant, 67 in Atlanta. We're about 66 or so this morning. 59 in Carrollton, 59 Rome, mid-50s up in Ellijay. Fannin County up in Blue Ridge about the same. White County, Union County, Dawson County, northern Lumpkin County in particular, just north of Dahlonega, up in Rabun County, Haversham County. Higher elevations, upper 50s, lower 60s, the rule. Up there, low to mid-60s, I would say pretty common around the metro outside of I-285. Carrollton, though, could hit 59 briefly. Griffin, 61. Over into Covington, Newton, Walton counties, temperatures in the lower 60s for an average tomorrow morning. Good morning, good Sunday to maybe grab coffee on the go tomorrow morning if you can. If you have a few extra Sunday minutes, I think that coffee is going to be great to get outside. Just have a nice morning walk. We're going to wake up to lots of sun. 50s, 60s as mentioned, a dry forecast, low humidity. And that continues through the day tomorrow. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Notice this forecast model, just a couple of clouds. No rain to speak of tomorrow. Another dry day and a day that features much more sun than any cloud cover. Really going to be nice across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Just a couple of high wispy clouds, especially later in the day trying to move in from the north. So high temperatures tomorrow. Where do we should say top out? And we're looking a few degrees warmer than today. Again, it's kind of a gradual increase in the temperature here from low to mid-80s the past couple of afternoons, upper 80s to close to 90 in spots today, and then lower 90s more common tomorrow. We're going for 91 in Atlanta, Rome the same. Look at our mountain communities, Ellijay, Helen on this particular map back in the mid to upper 80s, 89 Thomaston, 90 in Eatonton. 89 Athens, 88 Canton. So even North Metro kind of getting in on the upper 80s to near 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon. It will be warmer, but humidity still low in the first alert forecast, and forecast still featuring a lot of sunshine and no real rain chance to speak of across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta with just a couple high clouds. It may feel a little like fall. I was walking on the Beltline a couple mornings ago, and a person ran by me and was saying, fall is here to the person they were meeting on the Beltline, and unfortunately that is not the case. I love summer. It's my favorite season, and we certainly do have more summer to go, but this little taste of change, was nice. A little change of pace there in the first alert forecast. Still a good day, though. Speaking of summer plans for the pool tomorrow, lots of sun, no rain, no thunder, nothing like that to worry about, with temperatures peaking in the upper 80s to near 90. It'll be one of those days where it's certainly warm enough to still get in the pool. Most pools are still warm enough to get in, though they may have cooled a little bit after the past couple of cooler mornings we've had. But because the humidity is so low, as soon as you get out of the pool, it's going to start, that moisture on you is going to start to evaporate very quickly. We have a light breeze, so it may feel a little cooler than it normally does when you get out of the pool. When it's hot and it's muggy, you get out and it's hot and muggy. But I think you're going to feel the breeze a little more. You're going to feel just a little cooler than normal on an August afternoon getting out of the pool. Hopefully that made sense. Again, if you have any questions on how that works, kind of similar to how when you sweat, you feel cooler. Body regulation there, the humidity, the low humidity, the drier air, and the heat evaporating that moisture off of your body, and that kind of creates that cooler, somewhat cooler feeling immediately around you. If you're eating out tomorrow, also a good day to do that. Brunch, probably the best. We're starting to warm up by afternoon, 4 out of 5 stars. For lunchtime, 3 out of 5, and that's being picky. It's going to be a little hot if you're sitting in the sun there, but if you're in the shade, not a big issue. Again, not too bad with temperatures in the upper 80s lower 90s, but we're dry, low humidity, a light breeze. Can't complain too much, especially when looking at this first alert 7-day forecast. Back in the low to mid 90s Monday. And we're going to continue warming up from there, mid to upper 90s on our Tuesday, solidly in the upper 90s, I think, Wednesday and Thursday afternoons. Friday afternoon looking the same as well. And on these days, we're going to get close to record high temperatures. You know, as we start to heat up Tuesday, Wednesday, records are right around 100. And then we get back to 97, 98 as far as record high temperatures are concerned, getting into the middle of the work week. Also, we're going to start to bring up some humidity. So initially, for example, we're 93 Monday afternoon, but starting in the 60s in most spots Monday morning. We're 96 Tuesday afternoon, upper 60s, near 70 Tuesday morning. So we're still going to have some nice mornings here. That's the magic of dry air. We heat up in the afternoons. We're able to cool off more significantly in the overnights and in the early mornings. But then we lose the dry air. Humidity comes back. You know, it's by that point almost early September, and we knew it was going to happen, and it's going to feature muggier mornings, the late work week will, with high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, perhaps feeling hotter than 100 by that point. Also, though, moisture contributing to a slightly greater chance of rain in the first alert forecast. Hit or miss, not a washout by any stretch of the imagination, but by that point, some needed rain is on the way as we get into Friday, Saturday, and then I think especially next Sunday into Monday. Slightly cooler weather and a greater chance of showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast. And again, by that point, we will need a little bit of moisture. We will need a little bit of that free water. I want to remind you, unfortunately, we do not have an early newscast this evening. We are preempted by sports. Couple ways you can still stay in touch. So get the first alert forecast, though, one of which is on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. You are looking at the a website right there. And we're going to go ahead and pull down. Going to load up the right. Fortunately, it's not, of course, it's not letting me scroll too much. So let's see if we can get this pulled back up in the right spot. Unfortunately, let's see. Doesn't look like that is. That's weird. Website's been a little weird. Again, technology putting up a little bit of a fight. This afternoon. So unfortunately, we do not have our actual website pulled up. Should be, though. That's our YouTube stream. But a reminder, you can get to YouTube on Atlanta News First. That's the account that we're streaming on right now. But you can also get to the forecast at AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Just click on the First Alert Weather tab. Other tool we have is the First Alert Weather app. It's a free and easy download to search Atlanta News First or First Alert Weather in your Apple Google Play Store. And that's a video we just recorded and put in the First Alert Weather app. And see, it's saying officially 90 now. So speaking of the warm-up, you can get the latest there. If you're away, you're out and about, you can't maybe stay up late tonight with us for 10 o'clock newscast, the 11 o'clock newscast. You can always get the forecast on the go in the phone if you're at home at AtlantaNewsFirst.com. And we will be keeping you updated. Again, get outside, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the low humidity this afternoon and early this evening. Wishing you the best. Karli, Barnett, and I will be on tonight, Peachtree TV, but not until 10 p.m. No early newscast this evening, but we're on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate, starting at 10 p.m. We'll go through that 10 o'clock hour on Peachtree and then back on Atlanta News First, WANF, starting at 11. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.